Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming by. See, got a few out there. Appreciate you guys dropping by this evening. I am doing some 9mm dummy rounds, if you know what I mean. But got to say that for you know who. But hope you guys are doing well this evening. Let me get this all set. How do you like that little intro? I was trying to think who did that. Either Chessboard did it. I see someone else made me some stuff. That was Big Matt. I think it was Chessboard. I could be wrong. Don't recall. Anyway, it's cool. I actually had it on my computer for probably a couple of weeks. And I says, hey, that'd be a good intro, especially if I loop it. So I may end up even putting it in my, if I ever do it, edited videos. And appreciate you all being here. Viejo is with us. Raleigh Carvelis is with us. 67 Rebel SST AMC. I've owned a few of those in my time, and my brother both. I had a white Gremlin. He had a Gremlin, and God, what else did he have? A Pacer? Not a Pacer. God, I forget now. Some of the names I don't even remember. You can never forget the Rambler or the Gremlin, though. Colt 1927 is with us. Good to see you, Colt. Good to see you, Raleigh, all of you. GGW Outdoors is with us. Appreciate you guys coming in here. I got this thing scheduled, and I realized, boy, this is a horrible time because, Echo's not around anymore lately. I said, this is a bad time to have a panel member or a co-host or anything at this time of day because most everybody is either working or on their way home. Depending on where you're at, you may not even be on your way home. Put that up. But anyway, I got some brand new brass here. Guys, good to see you all. Got the Starline, which I've shown. Wish I had a better camera, but kind of like Mac does when he's got a zoom and everything there. Got those a few weeks ago. I am using, for dummy rounds, I'm using Silhouette, 4 pounds. I've been catching this occasionally. If you be on the lookout, you probably can get this stuff for, I think 120 something bucks one time. That's pretty good for 4 pounds of it. Let me hit the new thing here. Christmas 740 is with us. Good to see you, Chris. Hope you're doing well. Let me highlight you guys here for a minute, even though I call you out. Hope you all doing well. I'm at the bench. Oh, yeah. I have been, some of you guys, I was thinking Michael knows about it. Michael Hurtnick, a few of you. Bullets and Barbecue joined us. Hi, must be why I caught you today. I never usually see your lives. Yeah, I appreciate you being here, Bullets and Barbecue. And I'll be sure to go over there and check your stuff out. And I asked one thing, guys, on this 1776 thing, one link per person drop and space it out for me a little bit. Is all I ask. And on the Nightbot to drop your link. I am using for the 9mm tonight dummy round. And I am using the CCI. I'm half blind. Time for me to get glasses. CCI small pistol primers, Magnum small pistol primers, number 550. Will they work for 9? You bet. And they're fine. If anything, they might be just a hair hot, but who cares? It works. I know because I've shot them. So I got those. That was back when the primers weren't around. What am I using? Using Unique. It's not as greasy to me as I do use Imperial. Don't get me wrong, but everything's washed out. Unique is cheap. Used to be like $3 or $4 a tub. It's more waxy like to me. And I'm using. I'm just gonna sit here and talk to you guys and dump powder and show you around and talk a little quirk I found here in this 9mm EGW case gauge. I've noticed. I'm using XTP 9mm 115 grain XTP. Now these are going to be my self-defense dummy rounds. Hey Ron, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Quantity 100, part number is number 35540. And the circumference is 0.355 because it's jacketed. Pretty good bullets. Get them about 23, 24 bucks. I think I maybe gave actually about 23, and that was when they were supposedly supposed to be high. So I got that. Let's see. I've also got my, I primed a few, and I'll show a few more here just for the stream. I'll do some of y'all may remember I bought on Amazon half price RCBS automatic bench primer. Alaska One Andy, good to see you, man. I got 3 screws in it now. I didn't find the 4th one, so it is still working. I got it clamped to my bench here. So got primers loaded in it. And I tell you, I really like this primer. I ain't kidding you. You can feel it bottom out. Even though you may have a long handle on it, you can definitely feel the primer just scooting in there, and you can feel it as soon as it bottoms out. Hey, Vanessa, hope you're doing well. What's up, Low Ballin'? Good to see you, man. I watched one of your videos today. If I remember right. Well, when you get nose itch right during the live stream, isn't that something else? But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and prime a few of these. I've got some primed right here, and these are going to be self-defense dummy rounds. I'm gonna kind of just the camera because I'm not gonna move it around. It's just a little bit too much trouble to do all that. So I'm gonna try to, let me see what I got here. Yeah, I got a few pieces here, and I'll show you all how I'm priming it. Let me turn the cam down. Well, I wished it was my light overhead, guys. Today I come in here and pulled on the chain, and the chain broke. Costco light, which I've tried to take care of, but don't have a chain now. Okay, right here's you can see this is not the clearest it could be because it's Logitech. You can't expect a lot. As you can see, this is it. It's got the small primer shaft in it, cup. So we're going to do I'm going to stand. We're going to do a little prime a few here, even though I've already got a few primed. As you can see, brand new, well, probably can't see because that light. Anyways, brand new brass. Oh, my. Yeah, I knew something looked odd. What won't go wrong on YouTube will go wrong. I'm using a Lee. I've got an RCBS for 9mm, but believe it or not, the Lee works in this here. Redding to me didn't work that well. So I'm going to put the shaft down in there. It's got a primer in the pocket. I'll raise the handle, put it in there. Now, I don't have a clamp on the other end, so I typically put my finger there. Well, let me do this. I sit there and I go. That's it. I mean, it primes. It really does. And there's another one primed. Guys, I wish I had a better camera for you to really, see the up close and a good quality video. And in time, when I get this car out of the way, I'm gonna definitely spring for $1,000 Sony ZV. I'm gonna get the Sony ZV-2. It gives a little bit better, wider view for vlogging. Okay, push down, load up the thing, prime another one. It's definitely below flush. I usually just feel. I've measured them, but I can tell by just feeling them. Load it up again. Actually, I think this is the first time I've ever used almost a year when I bought this thing, almost a year ago. I was going to do a live overview of it, never did. And of course, Mac did one too on his channel, Mac Man, on Monday night. And there we go. I'm going to do 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 or 15, whatever I got here. We'll get going. And I'll catch up with you on the side chat here in just a second. But this primer really is worth it. Like I say, this thing's $100 or a little over. I got this thing for $50, free shipping, 50, 52, 50, maybe 55 on Amazon. So I had to get off my cheap pot and get one. So it does definitely prime good. You can't go wrong with this primer. It's amazing really how good it primes. I mean, you feel it too when that thing bottoms out. There we go. We got 5, 10, 15, 16 rounds that are done of the dummy rounds. Now we're going to remove this. I've got it clamped here, which you can see. And I've got it, I'll show you all how I have it. I got it mounted like that on just basically a 2x4. I'm going to order an inline fabrication in time. Hang on with me a minute. Bear with me a minute. I got to turn that upside down now and put my little, I've learned to do that because you will spill them everywhere. You got a little cotter key here. Better just to turn your thing upside down, stick your cotter key, and I put it on a magnet that Walter got me to using. Magnets here years ago. I got my cloth right here. It's always with a clamp, wooden clamp to my bench to get the looking off. There we are. So here we go. Got about 16 rounds there ready to go. Brand new brass. Let me check out the side chat right quick here. I'm going to start at the bottom. Ron Wayne, good to see you, Ron. Appreciate you being here. Pat in a Bunker has joined us. Colt 1927 has joined us. GGW Outdoors is with us. Appreciate you guys coming here. Christmas 740 is with us. And Milsurp Duo, good to see you. I was going to call your name, Milsurp. Appreciate you dropping in, man. Let's see. Chris, who else here? Make sure I ain't left. Vanessa Kitty, good to see you, Vanessa. Hope you're doing well health-wise. I know it seems like me and you and a bunch of us in this community got all kinds of problems. Low Balling Outdoors is with us. Good to see you, Low Balling. Chessboard, there you go. See, Christmas sort of finally put the scope on, but have not tested yet. We'll send photo. Cool. That's something I got to get me either. I'm either going to get an EOTech for my AR-15 or I'm going to get me a scope, probably 1.6, 1x8 primary arms for my AR platform. Alaska One Andy is with us. Appreciate you being here, Alaska One Andy. Who else? If I make sure I ain't missed anybody. I think that's about it. I see. Here you go. Chessboard's got something to say. Oh, okay. Bullets and Barbecue. Almost overlooked his name. Then I remembered it when I seen that. Appreciate you being here, Bullets and Barbecue, man. Like I said, guys, one-time drop you a link, spread it out a little bit for me and don't flood the chat with it. And you're just feel free to do it. And 67 Rebel SSD AMC. I remember I used to work across the street from the dealership, in 88, his name was Bobby, I think Bobby Whiten AMC was the name of it. But they fortunately went out of business. My aunt had a bunch of them. She had two brand new Ramblers, I think, originally. No radio, I remember that. No AC back in the day. But there you go. I'm going to let me aim this down a little further. Looking at my ugly mug. I had to turn the overhead light or you won't be able to see it all. All right. I've got my, hang on, bear with me. I gotta get my glasses on. I am doing this by dip on a RCBS 1500 Charge Master. I'm just using the scale only. It's, matter of fact, it's actually up there on the wall, mounted on the shelf. I'm not going to say my recipe for the silhouette. That's close enough. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and dump that in. I tell you, surprisingly how, well, when you get down to it, how little powder you put in these things when it comes to pistols. Non-reloaders probably be shocked. I've got, put it this way, I got about half a case. Walter Viejo probably knows about what I got there, almost. Right, we got that. Oh, bear with me. I got to get my shell holder. got to get my flag mounted up too. I'm thinking about clearing out. I'm going to clear that whole wall off over there, and I'm going to put back there, I'm going to put stickers and you name it back there and some shelving back there. And I'm thinking about removing that island bar. And, just taking it back out the garage and use it as a workbench. But it depends on some factors. If I get to building some ARs, I'm going to definitely have to keep it in here. I need more space in here, actually. All right, we got that. All right, here's our round with the dummy powder. We're going to I'm going to go ahead and make sure that's the side. I'm going to flare it with the Redding two-step flare. I need a 42. I think they're $22 on Midway USA. I just like the Redding. I do not like the, I've said this before, I do not like the Lee powder through dye. I like the Redding two-step flare dye. Okay. And I go by feel when I do this. I don't usually measure anything. I just kind of know, how to make the trumpet. I'm going to put it in here. Go to the cedar. And I did use a dummy round right here to set up the thing. There we go. We got it sized. Got it sized, flared. Got the bullet seating depth. I'm a little less, put it this way, I'm a little less than the book. I didn't want it quite that way, and I'm going to explain something shortly. Bear with me. Now I'm going to go here to the crimp here. I want to look at the crimp ring because I've reset the crimp here a time or two just to see how it looks in a test earlier. Okay. I've only got that turned about a quarter. I don't have it a half because it was doing too heavy of a crimp. That looks about right. And there's the round, guys. And I know it's hard to see, especially that light on. It's blaring it out, but it's a nice round. It's that's it. And I will, wait, hang on. Let me get you this. Let me tell you what it is. I will tell you the overall length and a little technical info here. Bear with me on the chat. I'll get with you all in a minute. The actual length that Hornady recommends is 1.075, correct overall length, COL. When I load it to that, it don't want to seat too, don't want to go down too well because this EGW gauge is also a bullet seating depth gauge, depending on the profile, which I'm going to buy something besides this. I'm going to buy a regular 9mm gauge without this bullet thing here. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later here. Okay, let's see what do we have that length on. Let me see. Bear with me here. Turn the old digital on. All right. 1.07573. Okay. Bear with me. I'm going to have to back out a little bit. It's not the seating depth that I want. Okay, we're going to set that aside. I'm going to put that there. Hang on. Getting to the side chat here. Hang on a minute. Vanessa 7614 was my zip code in Texas. Let's see. Make sure. Andy 79Z28 is was good to see you, Andy. Appreciate you dropping in here, man. Appreciate your support. Get over to Andy's channel, guys. Andy, when you want to drop your channel link tonight, 1776 Nightbot. If he don't drop your link, kick him, and you know what, arse, and he will. Just type 1776. He says, okay, be back shortly. But appreciate you being here, Andy. Who else here? Make sure I haven't overlooked anyone here. Mark Thomas. Yep, there we go. Andy Mark. Bullets and Barbecue. Appreciate you being here, guys. Ron Wayne. Bullets. Yeah, absolutely. Christmas. Pat in a bunker. Sorry, Pat. Good to see you, Pat. Appreciate you being here, man. Mark Thomas. Just mostly scrolling. You get kind of doing a tutorial like thing. You end up losing track of the side chat very easy. Let's see. All right. Let's drop some powder here. I know what I'm going to drop. So let's get my preferred load data here. Preferred powder quantity, I should say. It don't take much of this stuff, that's for sure. Like I say, I'm doing it with the Lee dipper that come with it. Okay, well, I went a little under. Very easy to go under with this Silhouette. Silhouette's very fine ball powder. It don't take but a few kernels to. Well, bear with me, guys. Hang on. There you go. Oh, get a little too much. That's close enough. Let's go ahead and drop this. I'm still working on the overall length, so bear with me. We'll get to that here shortly. There we go. Drop the powder. Put that back on. Go to the flare. Get a bullet. Thing I like about the two-step, I'll show you guys. Viejo knows this. On the two-step, your bullet just literally sits down in it a little deeper. It kind of like it not only flares like a trumpet, it also widens further down into the brass better. That's why I recommend either the M-dye by Lyman or the Redding. Okay, so let me see what this is the length's gonna be. Now I am using the Redding. I'm using the Lee carbide sizer along with the Redding steel sizer, which is tapered, along with the Redding two-step flare, along with the Lee bullet seating die, and along with the Lee factory crimp die that came with the Lee set. So let's set this bullet. Let me see what it measures at. I'm trying to hit a target in my head. Oh, perfect. Okay. Let me see. Nope. That's the problem. That's where I said it last time, and it will not. That's the problem with this EGW. Now, even though Hornady says this is an issue I was wanting to discuss with you guys. The book says 1.075. All right, I'm at 1.070. But look at this EGW, I suspect is not done right. Probably not in tolerance the way it should be. But when you put it in, look, the bullet is not flush. Now, when I get it to the target that I'm going to get to, it will actually drop down and be almost flush. So hang on just a second. And I know about where that'll be at. Let's see. All right. Okay, I think that's just the priming part causing that. So there we go. Let's go over here, crimp it. Bingo. There we go. I was thinking it was the bullet seating, and actually it was the crimping part that why it wouldn't seat. Now, surprisingly, what's weird about this is almost below flush, or right at it. The length I had earlier, it would not do that, but that's okay. Now on the length, I'll give you a length here that I tested in a 1911 9mm Springfield Armory stainless steel. I tested it in the chamber earlier. The book says 1.075. I was sizing it to or seating depth. I was doing the seating depth of 1.073, and it did not go flush, but it went almost. And I actually went through the gun, cycle tested it with dummy rounds, and it functions flawlessly. So I know I can go 1.073, which is 2,000ths under what Hornady book says. So I'm fine there. So there's a round ready to go for self-defense. Light crimp, you can definitely see the crimp, even though I only got it turned like the book says, or the little pamphlet you get with Lee says, turn it like a half a turn for light crimp. I have found turning it a quarter of a turn gives you a light crimp, and maybe even a little less. So you can't always go by the paperwork. It depends on a lot how they manufacture the die that day, I guess. Could have been a Friday or a Monday. You guys know what I mean. There we go. One round for self-defense. Dummy, though, of course. For the people that don't understand out there in the so-called world, social media world. So that's working well. I'm going to try something else. I'm going to extend the length a little bit. I'm doing some testing here while I'm loading these. Here, we'll do another one. Let me check the side chat and see what you guys doing here. Tactical Fuzz with us. Mark Thomas. Good to see you, Mark. Good to see you, Tactical Fud. Thank you for being here. James Pollard is with us. Christmas 740 still with us. Good to see you, Chris. Appreciate you being here. Ron Wayne. GGW. Chessboard. Good to see you, Chessboard. James Pollard. Make sure I didn't overlook anyone here. Viejo. Alaska 1, Andy. Good to see you. Oh, I have to do something back in 20 minutes or so. Andy, okay. Andy, we call him the zinc master. He does zinc bullets, which I'd give anything if I could just do lead bullets. Okay, let's load another one. And I'm doing some overall length testing here with this gauge. And I kind of know what it's going to read to a point because I did testing with it, but I thought I'd do it live. I won't tell you what the grains are, but it's near the, I wouldn't say upper end, but it's not because it's dummy. Hey. But it should work really well at this range. I've actually tested it, so it's okay. It will cycle good. Man, it is easy to go over with this old scoop. I'm not a big scoop fan, but hey, it does work. If it works, do it. Keep it simple. Let's see. I'm going to get that. It's like right now I'm taking scoops out. And it takes a while for this RCBS because it's only 1/10 of a grain accuracy. I'm going to get that MacMan Special. That was it I-120 or whatever, that lab grade, because it measures down to the kernel. And that is what I want. And believe it or not, I'm still finding them things online about $600 range, 500 and something, near 600, which is not bad considering. See, I'm still taking powder out, and there we go. Got it now. Now we're going back to the overall length again. And I'll get to the point here shortly about this gauge. Something I want to tell you all about it. Got that. Put it over here. Everything's already been sized and everything. There's the flare. Get a bullet, which you can see right there. Sorry, it's just not a great close-up, I know. Oh, wrong one. Goes to show how hard it is to do a tutorial and kind of set. Actually, I'm not doing a tutorial. I'm just kind of loading and just talking about some things I'm finding here. Let's see what the length is. Okay, I'm 1.078, so I'm actually over the Hornady. Now I'm going to take this to the Hornady number, and we're going to see how it seats in the case gauge. And I already know it'll chamber. All right. Our target was originally 1.073, but let's take it down to 1.075. And it is at right now 1.078. Let's lower this a little at a time. I'm going to take my time with it because it's all right, 1.072. Let's almost 73. That's close enough. All right, now we're going to sit here and we're going to crimp it. Bingo, there we are. Okay, it grew just well, no, it's about the same. 1.073.5, that's good enough. That's a few thou under what the book says, and that's no big deal. All right, let's drop it in the block and see what happens after the crimp. Oh, better than today. Flush absolutely perfect with the EGW. So, two things I've learned about this thing here. I can occasionally, like when I did a setup today, the brass was not flush. It was up a little bit proud right here. But believe it or not, it still cycled and still worked through my 1911, which is my tightest chamber. So now I'm basically at Hornady spec with a load that I know is going to work on this dummy round, if you get my drift. And it's ready to go for self-defense. So I have 2 self-defense dummy rounds to carry around with me. This thing is, I'm glad I got this because several months ago I talked with some of you guys about this in Vallejo. That when I read on it, I didn't realize that it was basically a thing to help you get your bullet seating depth. It's not just a case gauge; it's a bullet seating depth gauge also. But it's not a gauge. It basically, in other words, if you got it too long, it won't seat. Apparently, they honed it out at a certain spec there to where it wouldn't seat. That way, you could get it right. And it's a very unusual gauge. And that part I did not know when I bought it. And I actually found out during the live stream when I got to reading it that more so what it was capable of. But this was $20. It's $25 now. So if you're doing different profiles, I'd highly recommend the EGW case gauge because you can't go wrong. And you see it does work. So I got 2 rounds. Let's do another one. I got my everything done here. Everything's set up now, my dies. I didn't want to sit here and bore y'all to death setting up a 9mm drawn out thing. I figured, hey, it'd be more fun just sitting here doing a little dummy around loading. Bear with me a minute. We're going to get the, I do have a steel die. Now, I'm actually running this through 2 dies. Do I have to? I do not. But I'll show you that it'll still work. I'm running it through a carbide lead. Like right now, running it through a steel redding, which I've done it without just the steel. Okay. I'm going to wipe the unique off. I'm going to do the flare. There's the flare. Well, hang on a minute. Okay. Apparently I got one mixed in. It wasn't primed. Bear with me. Go figure. All right, let's go back to the carbide. Size. Steel size. 2-step redding flare. Like I say, you can get these 2 steps separate if you want to add one to your lease set or whatever set you may own. And you can get them like $22, $23 on Midway USA and add it to your set. Okay. What the? Hang on, guys. Let me check all my... That's primed. That's primed. That's 2 I've got that. Apparently, right before the stream, I dumped them in here and picked up the wrong ones. Okay, we'll just put that aside. Forget it. Here we go. We'll size this one. Oh, now my handle falls off. Welcome to YouTube world. Size, flare. Okay, let me get the powder dumped here. I ran everything on this, my scale, my powder scoop, everything was ran with a cheap generic dry dryer lint-free thing. I don't use the expensive because they got a lot of goo in it, but the cheap ones, believe it or not, are very lightly done with a chemical, and I wipe down my scale with it. So I do that all the time. I always have a dryer sheet. Okay, let's get our target powder here thrown for the dummy round. And we're going to see how the next one does in the EGW gauge. I sure wished I had a better camera, that's for sure. That way it would be good and clear, and I could also even zoom it in, do close-ups. Bear with me. I got one loan, I got one credit card I got to pay off, and as soon as it's paid, Sony is going to be on the bench. Okay. Still trying to get that. There it is. Got it now. Take the funnel. Yeah. Wow. Do I know what's going on now? Bear with me, guys. Hang on just 1 minute. We don't need the Lee. I want to see if this affects it too. We're going to take the Lee carbide sizer out of the equation. Right there. Bear with me, guys. What won't go wrong on YouTube will go wrong, especially during a live stream. I'm dumping the powder right now, which you all can see. Slowly getting to my target weight. I definitely need that lab scale. Okay, there we go. Drop the powder. Flare the brass. Where's my bullets? Here we go. Lost my bullets. Put the bullet. I do try to seat the bullet, set the bullet in there as straight as I can get it. I don't set it sideways, in other words. All right. Primed. Let's see what happens here. Perfect. Now let's check the overall length. They say it's supposed to drop free. This thing still occasionally kind of sticks, and I don't pay no attention to that because I've already checked to see if it does go through a 1911. Let's see what the length of this is here. Again, I want to verify it. 1.071. Like I say, it's going to vary too. You're not going to get the exact, every single time. I think I crimped it. Let me make sure. Well, there we are. There's another dummy round. Let's get one more here. We're going to go ahead and lube this one and size it. They're brand new. You can actually, believe it or not, this brass is so probably undersized because you can never get it as small as when it's brand new. You could probably load it without even sizing it. But I'm still going to size it. Now I've got unique on it because it is steel that I'm using. I'm not using a carbide anymore. I took that I took that out. There's the flare. Let me go ahead and dump the powder. I went ahead and kind of reversed it there, but that's all right. All we got to do now is just seat the bullet and crimp. Let me go ahead and get this powder in there. Here we go. Strange that this thing they give you, if you filled it up, it would be a load that'd probably blow your gun up. But I just take my fingertip and tap it, of course. Okay, there we are. Target. Dead on. There we go. Now it's already flared, already sized it. I'll take it over to the bullet seeder. Put 115 grain well, better. That's weird. Let me get back to the flare. Okay. Huh. Okay, there we go. Bullet seating die right there. Looks good. Go over to the crimp. Crimp it. Now let's take a measurement and see what it's reading. See, that's weird. Huh. Now this Lee is tightened down. I'm coming up now with 1.080, which is 5 thousandths over what I was initially seating. And I noticed it when I pulled it off, the bullet is further out proud. Now, I had that seating depth adjusted. You guys know I've been measuring it. Oh, boy. All right, let's go back. Now, I've got... Hang on, bear with me. I know what's wrong here. I know what's causing this. No, I already squared it, so it's fine. So that is fine. Let me turn it down a little bit now. Why it grew that long, I don't know. Something slipped, you'd think. Let's go size the 9. Flare it. Get the grease off, or the unique off. I'm going to dump the powder. I'm kind of doing it. Put that on there. I did a quick dump that time. There we go. Come on. That went over a little bit. Take that out. There we go. Dead on. Okay. Dump the powder. My brass is sticking in the plastic funnel. Everything looks good. And I'm also looking at the powder. Always keep your eye on that too. With a flashlight, I can see because the lights are good. All right. Let's go ahead and seat this and see what's going on with this overall length here. COL. Somehow it grew, which is kind of strange. 1.072. Perfect. Good enough. You don't have to worry about little 1,000, 2,000, in my opinion, when you reload. I'm OCD somewhat, and I don't worry about things like that. So don't sit around and dwell on it. Just if it's close, let it go. Crimp it. Let's measure it. See what it measures after the crimp. 1.073. Good enough. Let's drop it in the EGW gauge. Bingo. Perfectly flush. Now, like I said earlier, I actually tested before I went live a few hours ago. And I apparently had to crimp or something a little light. I can't remember now, but it would actually stand up just a little proud. But believe it or not, it still cycled in the 1911 and it did fine. So right there we are, 1.073. And that's my target, what I was wanting to hit. And I've got my target on the powder. And there we have a perfectly good XTP dummy round self-defense load. And bear with me. Let me get over to the chat here, guys. See what's going on. And I'll sit here and kind of load a few more. I don't know why that seating die went to 1.080, because I certainly, it's tight. And it was also square with 2 shell holders. Basically, the lead, you turn it down until it touches the seating die, and you back it out. Let's see, 3 turns, which I did. Yeah. So, and I know it didn't turn with the O-ring in here, but something kind of went wonky. But who knows? Can't explain that. Eagle Run is with us. I see that. I'm about half blind here. Let me get over here and let's highlight you guys for a minute here. GGW Outdoors, good to see you, man. Power Pistol is another one. I actually, guys, I got a 1 pound years ago. My mom and pop shop down the road here got about 10 or 12 of those in stock. And they didn't really want to get into loading. They said stay on the shelf. So they tried it, and they said, no, it's not worth our time. I got Power Pistol for $19.99 a pound, so I bought 1 pound. Like I should have bought 2 or 3 or 4. But Power Pistol is good powder. Mm-hmm. Eagle Run here. Sorry, can't stay. Have a good day, Eagle Run. Thank you for dropping by, man. Got Pony with us, Pony 47. Good to see you, Pony. Looks like StreamYard doesn't have as many bugs tonight as it did before. So, what am I trying to highlight? There we go. The bullet profile could be different. Yeah, it could have been, even from the factory. That's true, Pony. I mean, they're all the same. It could have got through quality. I didn't really measure it. I just went ahead and changed it. But, I mean, now it's seating, though, where I re-lowered it, and we're back fine again. So I don't know if it was a profile or what. But I don't really, something like that crops up while I'm loading. I don't really, if it's not important, I let it go. I disappear. So I got 4 rounds loaded. Let's go ahead and size this another one here. Like I said, it'd be great if I had MacMan's camera. I think I'm going to ride out there in my sports car here, and when he's not home, and I'm going to sneak in there and get that his scale and get his camera and come back home and do a live stream. Might shoot me. But, let's size this here. We're sizing with a it's a Redding 9mm steel tapered die. It has no carbide insert in it. So we're sizing it. Gonna flare it with a 2-step Redding. Make sure all the unique's off of it. We're gonna put it right here. Let me get my glasses on because I'm blind as a bat. I'm feeling this scoop up a little faster this time now. Went right dead on 4.4. So I shouldn't be saying that. Oh, well. I hit the target. There we go. Dump the dummy round powder. Put it back in there. Hang on, I got to open my bullet. I only put a few out. These are good bullets, guys. These XTP. They're really not bad. They're good self-defense rounds, too. And matter of fact, they come in self-defense rounds, made from the factory. So if you was to carry it, say, for self-defense, why would you worry about a lawyer when what are they going to get you for? Because you loaded it too slow, maybe too fast, too hot, etc. I mean, it's the same bullet. I think the lines are blurring so much these days, it really doesn't matter anymore on that. Let's see. Let's turn it. Let's seat the bullet. Turn it over to the crimp. Bingo, another dummy round. And it is seating. So far, everything is going in the EGW gauge perfect. At right near where, okay. Yeah, still reading the same. This bullet, Cedar by Lee, is still ballpark on. The overall length, guys, is 1.073. The book says 1.075. I don't care. I've got the load backed off enough with powder that besides that a few thousandths of a human hair is not going to drive up the pressure much. So there's another one done. And here, let me see what's going on in the side chat again. Appreciate you guys being here, man. I've actually texted, I think somebody's texting. I texted Hasbro and says, well, I really picked a good time to stream on Echo's old slot. Everybody's working. Mac's working. Hasbro probably working. Don't know what to tell you. I do a solo and see how it goes. Okay, that's Hasbro. Yeah. I mentioned, I said, got a time here where nobody can come on the panel. Let's get us another round, guys. It's already primed. Let's go ahead and size it. Put a little unique on it. See, I'm not even using that carbide die, and I'm coming out perfect with the EGW gauge. Really not necessary. You can do both. I think Highboy has done both. I've seen a live stream one time where he did. It seemed like he said it made it just a hair smaller in a diameter or something, or a measurement back then. Size the die. Size the brass. Sorry. Flare the brass. Put it over to where it seats. Get the unique off. Yeah, Hasbro, if you listen, I was going to do a solo. I just said it was just a 6:05 is a bad time to have panel on in the evening. It's a work hour, rush hour time. All right. Dead on. What I wanted. All right, dumper powder. I'm using the shell holder lead that come with the 9mm die set, number 19. Get the bullet out. Hope you guys had a good week. See the bullet. Crimp it. I'm shooting for a light crimp. And it's lighter, a little more than light, but it's good enough. And let me do a pushback test on the bench. Let me see how it's measuring. My eye gauging calipers are wandering. 1.073.5 or 5. So basically the same, 1.073. Fantastic. There's another one done. So I've did 4, 5, 6 rounds done just while I've been talking here. But hope you guys are having a good week. And I'd really enjoy these solo, even solo, if I had a really good camera, I could focus in and show you guys the brass, show you the guys the crimp, et cetera. I think it'd just be more interesting for all of us. And like I say, I am going to work on it once I get this car crap out of the way. Let me start highlighting down here. James Pollard, what is up? What is going on? I rarely shoot 9mm. I have plenty of 45. Yeah. Good thing about this 9, I can shoot it in my 1911 Springfield stainless steel range officer, which is very accurate, and I can shoot it in my M&P 2.0 5-inch barrel flat dark earth. Let's see. Good to see you, Tactical FUD. Good to see you, Mark. I've been loading 9mm and 38 with Tight Group. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've heard that's good powder. I almost got my brother, I told him about it. They had like I can't remember the pound, but they had a big jug of it, it seems like. I know they had a pound up there in Athens, Georgia at one time. Boy, it's hot back here. GGW, see what you're up to, man. Pony. No, I've never used Sport Pistol. He's telling Viejo has he ever used Sport Pistol. I've heard of it, I think, but I've never used that. But guys, I thank you all for being here, man. It means a lot to me. Appreciate you coming in here and taking your time. Like I say, time is more valuable than money. And got Pony. Let's see what Walter's got going here. I've been using more power pistol these days. I love it in 38 Super. Cool. Fantastic. Timothy Burkett joined us. Good to see you, Timothy. Thank you for dropping in, man. Appreciate you being here. Let's see, make sure. Appreciate you being here too, Eagle, if you're still listening. Eagle Run, make sure I haven't missed anybody. That's where he says the bullet profile. Oh, Ronnie, Reloader 7. So, I don't know what it is. This thing won't highlight sometimes. It's still giving me trouble. Matter of fact, I did a trouble thing on it. They didn't want to know if it solved my problem. I says, no. I said, you all, and it made a comment section to StreamYard, and I said, no, we're having a lot of problems. Double typing, highlighting people, and it got lag, and you name it. Reloader762 says, I like Power Pistol for 9mm, but that's just me. I have that. I have Unique I've used. Power Pistol I haven't used yet, and I've got the Silhouette here. And I'm going to split, this is 4 pounds. I'm going to split half of it. My brother, I think he paid $140 for it. And the only thing is I'm still waiting. If Hasbro's listening, he says he throws these away all the time. I could also use the 1 pound. If you guys got a couple of empty 1 pound containers, I'll pay for shipping if you'll contact me, ARgunz1776 at gmail.com. And I really need the jugs to separate this so I'll have my powder and my brother's powder. I don't know why he would come and get this, but at least we'll keep it separated. That way, that way I won't be using his part. You know what I mean? His portion. But I could use either a 4 pound, 8 pound, or two little 1 pounds, which is probably fairly cheap to be a light box for sure. And I'll pay shipping. I really need some empty powder bottles. Bad. Let's see. Raleigh Carvelis, Hobo. Good to see you, Hobo. Appreciate you being here. Let's see, I'm trying to highlight and it won't even highlight. There we go. Afternoon, gang. Made it to the chat. 80 degrees. Beautiful day on the coast here in British Columbia. Spectacular day. It is 73 degrees right here. Matter of fact, you know what it's going to be tonight? Well, the last I heard, guys, Georgia's been a cool summer. Summer before last, it was cool at night here in Georgia. It's hot during the day. It is going to be tonight. I was wanting to see if it's going to be the same. Okay, 63 low tonight. Sunday night's going to be 59 degrees. 55 Monday night. Can you believe that? So it's starting to cool down. I'm running my central now, and it just don't take much electricity. Hey, Peterson Farms of Nashville, man, appreciate you being here. Thank you for dropping in, brother. Check his channel out, guys. He's got a farm, got a little Kubota tractor. I think it's Kubota. I could be wrong on that, but I've been watching him cut hay. I assume it's hay. And he did a little modification, but he's got a good channel. I try to check it out when I can, get around to it. I try to check I don't always get around to everybody's channel, but I try to go in there and at least occasionally catch you all and do a comment and watch your video. Let's see. But appreciate you being here, Peterson Farms of Nashville. And that is, if I'm correct, that is Nashville, Indiana, if I remember. Boy, dust is really bothering me this evening. I know what it is. I didn't take my allergy medicine. Nose is itching off. But check his channel out, guys. He's got a farm there and a tractor. My son worked at Kubota. He was a welder for years. Matter of fact, once it starts getting cool weather here, I'm heading to the range. I told my brother the other day, I said, I go to the range sometime. I spend outdoor range. I spend 6 hours. He goes, I ain't staying nowhere 6 hours. No place 6 hours. I said, well, when you get there, time goes by fast. Plus you get a lot of free brass. And so it pays for itself, your gas and all your time, going there. And I typically get quite a bit of brass. Hang on, I'm having trouble highlighting you, Rollis. There we go. I enjoy the early show. It's a great lineup for now, okay, I got the lag again. Yep, having the same issues that I did here. Look at that. Now, on my end, I can see through that. I can't even highlight Rollis. Oh, man, this is a bummer. Doggone software glitches. I enjoy the early show. It had a great lineup for those who are not getting ready to throw away at the paycheck at a bar on a Friday night. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try to do Friday night. I'm only going to do like an hour and a half, say 6, 7, probably 6:05 to 7:30, something like that. Now, if I get a few panel members, it might run a little longer, but it'll definitely will be wound down before Georgia comes on, definitely. But appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, I'm having issues with StreamYard bugs again. Let's see. Yeah, check out good people in here, guys. Check out Peterson Farms of Nashville. He's got farm stuff he does, and he did a tractor mod the other day on a cutting blade deck thing. I don't know what you call it, hay baler or whatever. Not a hay baler. That would be a cutter, but he did some kind of mod on it. Hobo says low 48 degrees here tonight. Cools down quick. Sorry, but no late night astronomy until I find a coat. Yeah, 46 is chilly. If it's 46, I'd probably wear at least a long sleeve shirt. Appreciate you being here, Coat. 1927 is with us. He says, I have a Meade telescope to my brother-in-law. I'm trying to highlight you guys, and it ain't working out too well. I'm getting that same lag I had here recently. I think on the last show or the one before that. Can't remember now, but definitely had it. Let me scroll up, make sure I can at least see you all. Who all's, if I left anybody out, don't look like it. Peter Rawlis, GGW, Alaska One Andy, Hobbies Hobo, Nightbot, Tactical Fud, Pony 47, Timothy Burkett, Eagle Run was with us earlier, Reloader 762, good to see you, Ronnie. Appreciate you being here, man. And I am going to get into casting. I would say give me about another 12 months when I get the car out, get the car running, get everything going. I'm going to start ordering a little casting stuff. And also, I still got those gunsmith tools I got to get ordered. And they finally come back in stock at Brownells. The problem is Brownells pay for shipping, got to pay taxes, which I hate paying. But Pony 47, Christmas 740. Thank you guys for being here. I'm going to stay here and load up a little more and talk. Got any questions, feel free to ask. Let me go ahead and size another round here. But this 9 is working out really good. Got the length where I want it. Got the charge where I know it'll work good. I'm only sizing it with one steel die by Redding. I'm going to wipe the grease off before I flare it. I don't like burning things up in that flare die. Flare it. Set it in my tray. Get my glasses on here, guys. Bad when you get old and get blind is bad, isn't it? Or bad when you're blind, period. Of course, I'm not blind. Just my vision. I have a hard time seeing like black objects now compared to a few years ago. Matter of fact, I got a new phone cover the other day. It don't laugh at me. It's purple. And I can see the edges of it. So I can actually lay it on the table and see it. I wanted a camo with a orange hunter orange on it. Uh-oh, overcharge a little bit. That'll work right there. Yesterday, guys, I cooked me baby carrots in foil on my barbecue grill smoker. I cooked a baked potato and 3 beef chuck burgers. And it got to raining. I had to pull that heavy grill back under my garage so I could cook it during the rain because I didn't want it to get rusty out back because I don't have a cover. That's one of the things I want to do. I want to put up some, get some 2x6s, and I want to put a metal roof over my patio where I can live stream and do some cookouts out there. Okay, let's get the bullet. Let's do another one and check the length and everything. See if we're still the same here. I almost pulled the plug a few weeks ago to get me a Lee turret. Come close to it. But I decided, I got so much cost with that car of mine. It's still in the machine shop, and I don't know what the bill's going to be. It could be as high as $2,000. I suspect maybe, hopefully no more than $1,700. There we go. Got one more round done on the dummy round for self-defense. You know what I think it is? I think the bullet manufacturing tolerances is causing this seating depth to fluctuate more so than the die. Like right now, I'm at 1.075. Don't matter what I do to adjust it. I suspect it is the bullet doing it, knowing manufacturing. Let's see if it'll case gauge good. Now, see right there, just like it did today, it's not wanting to seat on the. There you go. Totally flush, perfectly flush. And this is actually what the seating depth is. 1.075 is the Hornady book, 10th edition, on the 115 grain XTP. And I'm doing basically average anywhere between 1.073 to 1.075. And so everything's working out good. There's 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds I got done. But appreciate you guys taking your time to drop in here and say hello to each other and just hang out. Let's see who else we got here. Some people may have dropped in. I'm going to try to highlight you if it's working. I've got lag on it. Sure do. There you go. I like the Mead because I found things I otherwise wouldn't, but it was too slow to set up. Dale Poe, good to see you, Dale. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. Randy Ricky has joined us. Appreciate you being here. Randy Ricky. That's somebody new or poo cleaning day, guys. Oh, okay. I love swimming. That's something I got to start doing for physical, because of my injury. But good to see you, Dale. Appreciate you dropping in, man. Let me see who else I may have overlooked here. Mark Thomas. Got a good crowd here today, 15, 14. I think we had about 18 on it once. So I appreciate you guys taking your time. Timothy Burkett. What's he got saying here? Let's see. It's hard for me to read the screen, so I typically try to highlight you. And now I got lag. Huh. Hey, Hobo, I do like to get it both ways. Get both love my CZ. Oh, yeah. I was looking at a CZ the other day. I was looking at the Polymer M&P 2.0 10 millimeter, 5.6 inch barrel, ported. I think there's a metal version of it. But I really like that gun. And what's weird is it's only like $675 or $670. And years ago, a core 40 caliber was like $680 or $700 back in the day. So the gun is fair priced. I mean, you get the ported barrel, you get the flat trigger now with at 10 millimeter. You get the red dot ready. I mean, for $650 plus or whatever plus tax, I don't think you can beat it. I'm eventually going to break and either get that or the metal one or a 1911. I totally hadn't decided yet. I like the metal because I think it would be just a little bit more accurate shooting, or maybe I would be more accurate with it probably than I would be a polymer gun. But well, I held it. It's nice. It really is. Good trigger. Not really a heavy trigger and all that. Got Andy back with us. Thank you for being here, Andy, man. And you're up early. Maybe get you on the panel sometime. You can sit there and tell everybody what you up to lately, because it's been a while since I talked to you. But good hearing from you. Appreciate you answering the email. Good to hear from you guys. Actually, I told Chad yesterday, I said, email me. And I think he forgot. I actually posted my email address in one of his side comment sections. Let's see. If you keep... Yeah, you're right, Rollis, on that. Let me try to highlight you, Rollis. I can't even read the highlight. Let's see. Yeah, you will go crazy, guys. I don't chase the overall length. Like right now, my overall length is like 1.073 to 1.075. And that's a range I can live with. Well, what happened? I went up to 1.080, which kind of shocked me. That was quite a bit of, that was 5 thousandths different. But knowing manufacturing, no surprise. I mean, they make millions of bullets, man, hundreds of thousands a day, so they're going to get something off occasionally. It's going to get through quality control. Andy says here, let me highlight him here. Yeah, I can't even highlight him. I apologize, guys, for the highlighting stuff. I can't seem to. There we go. I'm here listening, just loading up some Zinc 357. I bet it's weird loading zinc because they're lighter. That's something I wouldn't know. But like I said, on the casting, hopefully in a year or so, I'm going to start buying at least one item on casting. Maybe go ahead and get that 20 pound Lee pot. And maybe get me a Dutch oven, maybe at Walmart. And I do have this. Oh, fuck my head. Jeez. Knocked myself out. I bought this at a thrift store or an antique store years ago. It's got a big old wire. It's a little round little pot, cast iron. I mean, you could melt lead in this. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet. I hadn't decided, but I said, hey, I could melt a little lead in it, but I'm gonna actually may get the grinder out. I may smooth it out and paint up the exterior of it or something with high temp heat. Who knows? I bought that thing. It was like $5 I gave for that thing. I said, yeah, I'll take it for that cheap price. Andy says it's easy to load. Let me go ahead. What time is it? Oh, yeah, it's running. Let me get this thing up, get this light off. I don't even have a switch now. Chain pulled out of my overhead light from Costco. Of course, I've had it several years. I just reached up and pulled it and bam, broke off inside. But appreciate you guys being here, each and every one of you, man. It means a lot to me. And most of you I know and have known for a while. Like I could say, where's Michael Hurtnick at? I sent him an email. No, he's probably busy. This is not a great time. This is more like I'd call a rush hour traffic time. Good to see you, Pat in the bunker, if you're still listening. I'm scrolling up. I'm going to call you guys out. Got me here. Got Colt 1927 with us. 67 Rebel SST AMC, Viejo, GGW Outdoors, Raleigh Carvelis. Thank you for being here. Christmas 740, Bullets and Barbecue is with us. Nightbot is with us. Colt 1927. Chessboard. Good to see you, Chessboard. Ron Wayne is with us. Good to see you, Ron. Thank you for coming in here, each and every one of you. Who else? Chris, I called. Alaska One Andy is with us. Low Balling Outdoors. He does fishing and a lot of stuff, shooting. And like that rifle you was using, if you're still listening, Low Balling. Vanessa Kitty is with us. Good to see you, Vanessa. Who else here? Runaway. I ain't no hurry, so I'm not going to scroll fast. Christmas 740. Good to see you, Chris. Pat in a bunker. Got to get he comes on the panel and helps me out sometimes. And usually if I go over like to the forum and I'll say hello to Critter, he'll come over here and jump on the panel most of the time. He helps me out. Mac, he's still working, of course, and Hasbro, he's probably in the traffic or something. Pat in a bunker, Ron Wayne, let's see. Bullets and Barbecue joined us. Good to see you, man. Thank you for dropping in. If you're new or just hang out a minute and you got to run, I still appreciate you coming here and taking the time to say hello to everyone. GGW, Mark Thomas, Vanessa, James Pollard, Chessboard, James Pollard. Who else? Somebody I'm missing. Hang on a minute. Tactical Fudd is with us. Good to see you, Tactical Fudd. Timothy Burkett. Peterson Farms of Nashville. Check their channel out, guys. He's got good content. Got a nice place there. Good home, nice homestead farm. Who else here? Reloader 762. Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming in here. James Pollard, I called. Scott Smith. There, I overlooked something. There you go. Good to see you, Scott Smith. Thank you for dropping in here, man, taking the time. This is probably, you've been here a few times with me. I appreciate it. Freedom Redbird. See there, I overlooked it. 8644. Wow, a while back. See, there I am doing all this loading. You kind of lose sight of the side chat, lose track of it. Freedom Redbird. Brenda, good to see you. Can't stay long, she says. Yeah, she's in a lot of lives, so she's busy. Pony 47 is with us. Good to see you, Pony. Good to see. Who else here? Eagle Run 23. Good to see you, Eagle. Thank you, man. I am going to order, guys. I got some stuff. I'm buying paint and a bunch of other stuff. Tape, brake cleaner. I'm using like a can of brake cleaner on like maybe 2 or 3 parts I'm cleaning. I don't have a vat, so I'm just taking brake cleaner and cleaning. I got a real stiff brake cleaning brush. And now that job really should be the guy that I'm paying to put the motor in and out. But seeing I got the parts here, I'm just going ahead and clean them because it gives me something to do. So I've been cleaning my own parts for my motor, getting them ready for the thing. Matter of fact, my roommate asked me the other day, asked me why I was cleaning the oil pan out with brake cleaner. I says, well, you're putting together a rebuild engine or a new, anytime you do a rebuild engine, you should clean out the oil pan. You know, it needs to be nice. Take the gasket material off and prep, clean out the oil pan really good, make sure there's no, I already know there's no metal in there because the machinist said there wasn't. So all I cleaned was basically a little bit of sludge that had gotten in there 34 years. But it's strange. When you work on cars and then you talk to somebody that don't work on cars and they say, what are you cleaning out an oil pan? Well, you're putting another motor in there. Basically, you're getting your motor rebuilt. And you should have it clean. So it kind of puzzles me sometimes when I hear those questions. And we're not talking about young people here. We're talking about people that's way up there in their 70s. But anyway, thank you, Rollis. Good to see you too, Rollis. Appreciate you being here, man. But my simple answer was, well, you always clean everything on a motor when you put it back together. Alaska 1, Andy, Tactical FUD. Mark Thomas, I think I got everybody. Viejo, Pony 47, Randy Ricky, thank you for dropping in if you're still listening. Chessboard. Oh, you all been talking quite a bit tonight. I've had bugs and issues with StreamYard tonight, so I suspect, like I say, I've actually talked with, at least in the email, I've actually spoken with StreamYard about some of these bugs. Well, guys, I appreciate you being here. I got, how many rounds did I get here? 4 or 5, 6. I got 7 rounds loaded, dummy rounds for self-defense. And, you know what I mean. But appreciate you guys being here, man. What time is it? 7:30? Yeah, that's good enough. I'm going to go in there and get me some iced tea. And check out, I don't do a lot of promo. I never have. I'm not really a promo channel per se. But any show that follows, check out Georgia Shooting Connection at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Jamie and everybody will be on there. Good group of guys, so check them out. They're here every week, I think, for like 2 hours. So, but let me see if I can highlight you, Andy. And see, I'm highlighting. It's not showing up. Boy, this software has really got buggy. Well, except to change the valve springs. Matter of fact, I actually told him, I told the machinist I wanted valve springs. He kind of says, yeah, everybody always say you got to do the valve springs. Or somebody, I said, no, I actually told him, I said, a guy told me that sold Corvette says that they were known to come with bad valve springs. I said, plus it's set for 34 years. Yeah, that's right. Always somebody to tell you what you need to replace or something like that. And I says, put me down for valve springs. I said, they're 30-something years old. I want valve springs. I want that. I said, if it needs honing, fine, and stock. I said, but if a wrist pin's bad or a piston, I want brand new pistons. Don't need to be bored because the motor is like brand new. Seriously, it's 14,000 miles on it. I can tell. Timing chain don't hardly have any wear. It is their AR. Not sure what that means because I lost track. Yeah, Timothy Burgett, a clean motor is a happy motor. You ain't kidding. Matter of fact, one mechanic, and I know that, he said, get you a new pickup tube. Well, mine's like brand new because the car said, I flushed it out with some brake cleaner and it looks like brand new. But I am getting a brand new melling oil pump called High Volume. I'm going to get standard pressure. So I'll get that. And I'm hoping by at least, as slow as this shop is, that they got this thing out at least by springtime where I can be on the road this summer running around town having a blast. I'll have the top off, have the AC wide open, and going for a cruise. But remember, guys, freedom is fragile. It's not something we pass down in the bloodstream. It has to be taught to the new generation. And that's one of the issues, that's one of the problems we're seeing right now, even on the news and on TV. I think a lot of things were not taught. But appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to wind this thing down, man. Good to see you. Good to spend time with you. And hope you enjoyed that little bit. Mostly just me talking a little bit, but as you seen, it worked out. Case gauged good. So you can't beat the EGW. It does work. And definitely when I did the crimp did make it drop down in it flush. That's flush. So I got good rounds right here ready to go now. I'll be able to load up not only my M&P 2.0, I'll be able to load up my 1911 mags. I got 3 mags for it. I think it holds 11 rounds. I can't remember now. Good to see you. I am Betty J. Gathers joined us. Good to see you, my friend. I enjoy her. Mine's morning coffee. Hers is a vlog stream or a stream. And I always get my coffee and sit there and spend time and say hello to her and Bill and everyone there. I enjoy her stream very much. But check her channel out, Betty. If you want to drop your channel to some of these guys may have wives or significant others, just type 1776. But thank you for just dropping in, Betty. I really appreciate it. And we'll definitely get a time to get on your show one day. I'd like to go on there with you and Bill, 3 of us. That way I won't be all alone. But yeah, I like being there. Like I say, I drink my coffee. I've also been walking the neighborhood every morning now, so I'm back doing that. Hopefully swimming soon. I may end up going and getting a membership. And when I get the Corvette out, I'm definitely going to go to a pool probably at least 5 times a week probably. I have a friend, he has a horse farm down here, and he'll ride with me sometimes. And matter of fact, he wants me to come and pick him up, I think February or March. And I don't know if my car is going to be ready, but he wants me to come and pick him up. He's going to leave his wife at home. We're going to his condo he owns right there on Daytona Beach. That is going to be a blast. And so me and him will be riding down there I hadn't been to Daytona since 1992 or 93. It has been 1982. Yeah, I went to Panama in 92. But appreciate each and every one of you coming here. Good to see you, Betty. Good to see each and every one of you. God bless, and y'all take care and be safe and have a great weekend. And maybe I might do a pop-up this weekend doing a little bit more reloading and talking. So have a good one, guys. Catch you on the next one.